For so many parents, this has been a very hectic year as we start to emerge from the pandemic. But summer is going to be here before we know it. And with that, now is the time to think about your kids and their schedule and keeping them engaged this summer. To talk a little bit more, let's bring in Sara Elliott. She is with Discover Your Spark. Sara, great to have you with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
I am thinking that your programs are probably going to be packed this summer.
Yeah, Discover Your Spark is a platform that profiles hundreds of programs all across the region in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. We partner with, we reach out to youth development providers that offer summer camps or after-school programs, and this platform gives them a way to connect with parents who are looking for opportunities for their child that could spark their interests and get them engaged in out-of-school time learning.
So with that, how is that going to look different this summer?
Yeah. So I'm a parent as well of little ones. And so I'm in the same boat as many parents. Our school summer program was canceled. And so, like a lot of parents scrambling, what else is out there? So I think that's what's going to be happening with a lot of families. And we're learning, and providers are learning in real time about what's safe. I think what's different and can be really positive is that it is a bit safer for young people who are not vaccinated to be in outdoor programming. So we, encourage parents to be looking for programs that maybe are spending more time outside, which those of us, that grew up in the summer, that can be a wonderful opportunity to be outside of the school building and in parks or nature centers or programming that could be happening all across the region.
So with that, we know that it's for kids 4 to 18 years of age?
Yeah, the platform, discoveryourspark.org, if you go there, you can search for programs from pre-K or preschool all the way up to 12th grade. And so you'll find everything from sports programs, you'll find all-day summer camps all week, Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA. We're working on it's a little later this year than other years because, also programs are figuring it out a little bit later than usual. But over the next few weeks, you'll see more and more programs that are coming online this summer.
Sara Elliott with us here on the MegaCast. She's the executive director for Discover Your Spark. And we've heard so much over this past year about learning loss.
Yeah.
Being able to put your child in one of these programs from the standpoint of a parent, it has to feel good that you can help enrich them in some way after they've spent so much time in front of a computer screen.
Absolutely. And one of the philosophies behind Discover Your Spark is that young people learn all day in all places from all adults. And so the more enriching environments and programs that your kids participate in, they're going to learn all kinds of skills. And so even over the summertime, there's research that shows if youth are not in, some learning setting, like a summer camp, that they might be less likely when they get back to school to be on track for reading and math and all those kinds of things. So even if they're not doing concentrated literacy or math over the summer, if they're in a general summer program, they're still going to be learning about, things that they're interested in. All that's going to translate to them being lifelong learners and more prepared to go back to school.
And do you want to talk about the social aspect as well?
Yeah.
We've been in these cohorts for the past year.
Right. Yeah. And some programs might still operate in cohorts. And there can be, it's like with the pandemic, there are some bright spots. And we, out of school time programs are really a time for young people to create those caring relationships with adults and other peers. And so in some ways, those tight cohorts may actually have a positive benefit of they get to really know, that group of children or those two adults and create some really strong bonds. So try to flip that one into a positive. And for the younger kids, cohorts might still be the safest option this summer. So until vaccinations are available for them.
So with that, how do you come up with some of the programs?
Yeah, we, the Youth Development Resource Center, which I'm the director of, we power the site, and we support a whole network of 200 plus out of school time programs throughout the year, with trainings and quality improvement and advocacy for the field. So we have a broad network of program providers that connect in with our work, and then we offer them Discover Your Spark as a platform to reach out to parents and let them know about the opportunities. And we created this resource in partnership with the United Way for Southeastern Michigan and a couple other local foundations. So we particularly focus on programs that are affordable, free or low cost. And so with that philanthropic support, we're able to offer the website to the region.
And you wonder too, for some of the kids, it can expose them to other arenas that maybe, when you're in the middle of a school year and you're worried about taking a test or juggling your schedule and worried about your grades, this is a great way for them to kind of dip their toes in other things outside of their normal interests, whether it be, robotics or music or something of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the programs that's listed is called Camp Dinner Table. And the founder of that is someone who works with our organization, Yolanda Scarborough. And my daughter participated in the Saturday program. It was virtual, but it was a cooking program. And I was just noticing how much confidence she was gaining, by feeling like, even as a 4-year-old, like I could make these we did even foods that she doesn't like, she got to make, and that kind of exposed her, to new things. And that's a social emotional skill that we need, like how to get comfortable, even with things we may be uncomfortable with. So that's one of the benefits of participating in an out of school time program, new experiences, new challenges, and that's all good for healthy development for kids.
Exactly. And without that pressure of a test hanging over your head.
Yes, exactly. So less pressure, more fun, healthy childhood. I think that's the concern a lot of us parents have had during the pandemic. Our kids having a healthy childhood where they can play and learn at the same time. So that's what out of school time programs offer.
But I also feel like even, put the pandemic aside, things have also changed from when we were kids, because now it's so structured. Maybe they have a play date, but they have to be driven, and it's from this time to that time, and their schedules are so packed.
Right.
When I was growing up, I grew up in a very small town as well. It was like, go out and play until it's dark out.
Right.
And so you came up with things, right?
Yeah.
Like you were creative and you explored.
Yeah.
And there was no pressure. It was summer.
Yeah. We also rate the quality of after school and summer programs in our normal times. And really the highest quality for a after school or summer program is giving there's some structure, but they actually give young people lots of choice and voice, and they co-plan the program and they learn those skills. And so we really encourage parents, as they're looking for a program, to be thinking about and asking questions. Is this safe? Is this a supportive environment? Is my young person gaining some skills? Are they doing some skill building? And really ask, like, how are you going to engage me as a parent? How's my young person going to be engaged? Because they should still find some freedom to be themselves and have a voice within a structured program.
So with that, again, we're talking with Sara Elliott. She's the executive director for Discover Your Spark. And with that, Sara, how can parents find out more information?
Yeah, go to discoveryourspark.org. There's a button that says look for a program. You'll take you to a page called the Program Finder. Right now we have 233 programs. You can see all the details. And then there's a register button for each program. It should take you to the website for that particular organization that's offering that program. And you can find out more about getting registered.
And so with that, are these drop-off classes and programs for the parents?
Right now, there's a mix of virtual programs. There are some drop-off programs. There are some, like all day, a Boys and Girls Club setting where young people can sign up. Boys and Girls Club, though, and others offer also sports leagues and kind of that activity where you might drop them off for an hour or two or stay nearby. So whole range of activities that are on the platform.
And with that, do you anticipate a lot of these programs are going to get booked? Because it is the summertime, kids have been at home, and now some of the parents that had been working remotely may be heading back to the office as well.
Yeah, the supply and demand of programming is a little different this year. Some parents are still keeping their kids home, so in that way there may be more slots, but then there are less slots. I will say right now they're on the national level, the federal government is providing a lot of funding to schools and cities to offer summer programming and get us back to learning. So in the next month or so, you'll see more programs that your school district or your city might be offering as a result of that investment.
I'm looking at some of these classes
Mhm.
and how fun. Like there's an animation class.
Yes.
I mean, it's like a little bit of everything in here, something for everyone.
Definitely. So, and that's the whole idea behind Discover Your Spark. You, with your young person, can go through and see what sparks your interest and what might develop that new spark in that young people. Often, like participating a personal story, when I was a middle schooler, I got to participate in a girls in STEM program. And, that introduced me to a whole career path that I didn't know even was open to me. So these programs can often really change the trajectory of a young person's life because they find out what they're really passionate about.
This is so great. And with that, Sarah, I think you should come up with this for adults.
Yes, that's true.
We need play dates like this.
We do, definitely. Yeah, and right now, one of the innovations I'm sure parents have seen are all these kits, so some of the programs, even if they've been virtual, they come along with like an in-person kit that you get with art supplies or different things. So there's still a hands-on learning component. And so adults should, have that too. I think that would be good for us as well. Some of the programs do engage the parents and the youth together. Like I mentioned, Camp Dinner Table, it's really about getting families back together around the dinner table. And so parents can sometimes participate alongside their young person.
Sara Elliott with us here on the MegaCast. She's the executive director for Discover Your Spark. And if I can ask you, Sarah, I know that for some parents, transportation can be an issue. Any way for them to kind of work around that?
Yeah, on the website, there are some details about transportation. I would definitely reach out, as you're registering to ask the programs about that. There are some, and I live in Detroit and know some of the programs in Detroit that do provide a van or a bus loop. So definitely ask about whether transportation is available. That's a barrier.
What's been some of the most popular ones?
Oh, so many. One of the providers that we support is Accelerate for Kids, and they offer a variety of programs. They have a new one that I've heard of called Tennis and Tech. So they're teaching tennis, but then they're also doing some coding and tech work with the youth. And they're partnering with the Detroit Parks and Rec Department to offer that. So, but that is a really interesting one. DAPSEP is a Detroit area pre-college engineering program. They offer a whole bunch of different programs online. And then, of course, sports are always popular. So there are quite a few sports programs in the program finder as well.
There are so many amazing programs listed on here. I'm mesmerized now.
Yeah. Can I mention, well, I'll plug one more.
Absolutely.
Inside Out Literary Arts program project has been a great partner with us. And because of the pandemic, they actually have been able to extend some of their programming on Zoom to young people who wouldn't normally be able to participate because normally they operate out of a school or a library. And so that's one of the great, again, silver linings of all this, that if your young person's a budding poet, then they might have access to programming that they didn't have before.
What a great job that you have.
Yes, it's a very exciting field to be in. And we want everyone to know that out of school time, we are here for your kids and expand their learning and their horizons in all kinds of ways. So learning doesn't just happen in school and at the school building.
And again, for parents out there, it's discoveryourspark.org. And what is the fee associated with it? Do you know? Or it
It's
just varies?
free to, with the different programs, they do vary. And if you, on the left-hand side of the website, you can search for location, days of the week, grade, and there is a cost filter. So if you want to filter for free or low-cost programs or those with a scholarship, you can do that and it'll filter and show you which programs are free. A lot of them are funded by philanthropy or donations. And so definitely look for those that are free or low cost.
Such a great program. Sara Elliott with us here, Executive Director, Discover Your Spark. Anything maybe I didn't touch on that you want to add before we say goodbye for the day?
No, I'm just sending support and solidarity to all the parents out there. We've made it through a year. Just keep your child's mental health and well-being at the center of everything. So whatever you need, you're raising your child in a whole community of people that care about kids. So this is one more resources to help you feel supported in raising your child.
And what a great program it is as well. Sara, so thank you for your time. We so appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rennie.